The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Now the third-year man back and healthy. It's Javonte Williams.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
You talk about this Washington defense.
Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that #1 spot.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
A first down from Dulcich, and the only reason more people aren't talking about his rookie season is because he was injured a good chunk of it. Showed in a couple of big games he can be a big-time playmaker at tight end.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He's got it to Williams.
Down the right sideline. He's got room at the 30.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Javonte Williams.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
First down. Here's Burrow. Man open. That's Byron Pringle complete.
Inside the 20. Still on his feet.
And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now they empty the backfield and motion the man left.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
So he stopped for no gain, and it's second and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Throw left side, complete. That's Brown.
Touchdown, Washington. De'Ami Brown.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Commanders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now we give up the middle to Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Broncos had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses. Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Well, this defense for the Commanders is terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Commanders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They only needed that 1 yard going for it on fourth. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
And the decision paid off indeed. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead.
And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, Wilson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. On fourth down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
On 1, ready?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Burrow. Shoves him aside. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here we go.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6. A give running right, Gibson.
Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6.
Burrow on play action. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
One more time with Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Commanders are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now stands at 13.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Wilson.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20.
Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On one, ready?
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
He completes this to Cole Turner. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
On one, ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
And he stopped immediately there.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw is Wilson.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now Wilson on 1st down. He completes this to Sutton. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. They'll give him 4 yards there, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
He's into space past the 25.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
14.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now Wilson on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turner. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this
These
one.
2 teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half.
Here's
and for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And quickly they get to the line.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Pressure comes and down he goes.
4th down, but Burrow stays put. They're going for it.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Now it's Burrow.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. Now he's into the clear again. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10.
A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
122 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness, just about got him into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Gibson again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson.
That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10.
At the 46. Here's Wilson.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. 137 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Broncos 7.
Gibson again.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Go, 14. Good.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew the passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
154 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And
Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Montez Sweat in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Here we go, here we go.
And they will take a knee here.
Gun. Stop. Stop.
And they take a knee.
So a victory here for the Commanders. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the